Welcome back to From the Shadow to the Light, the podcast that delves deep into the journey from darkness to enlightenment. Hi, I'm Debbie Gill, your guide on this transformative path of profound discovery and personal evolution. Today we journey into chapter 20 of my memoir, titled Synchronicity and the Wounded Healer. This chapter is a deeply personal exploration of how the trials and challenges in my life have led me to uncover profound truths about healing, purpose, and faith. Carl Jung once said, "Only the wounded healers, and only they, can heal to the extent they have healed themselves." These words resonate deeply with me, as I've come to understand that the wounds we carry are not burdens to hide, but gateways to transformation, not only for ourselves, but also for those we are called to help. Throughout this chapter, I reflect on the twists, turns, and synchronistic events that have shaped my life. From chance encounters that were anything but random to moments of profound inner awakening, I've discovered that there is a divine order to life, one that becomes clear when we surrender and trust. We'll explore how archetypes like the wounded healer and the addict guided my path, how synchronicity played a pivotal role in shaping my purpose, and how the wisdom of the chakras helped me manifest a dream I didn't even know I had. This chapter is about recognizing life's messages and trusting that they are leading us toward healing and wholeness. So, as we step into this sacred space together, I invite you to reflect on your own life. How have synchronicities guided you? What truths have emerged through your wounds? Let's dive in and uncover the profound connections beneath the surface of our everyday lives. The power of archetypes and divine synchronicity. One teaching stands out clearly as I reflect on the lessons Carolyn Mace has imparted, the 10th chakra law. In her words, God, if I am to do the work of this archetype, in my case the wounded healer, I trust and have faith that you'll take care of all the coincidences and synchronicities for that to happen. These words again resonated deeply, illuminating my path with the wounded healer archetype guiding me. When I think about synchronicity, it's not simply a series of coincidences. It's a divine orchestration, how the universe communicates with us, urging us to step into our true purpose. My journey of understanding this archetype has been a combination of faith, trust, and surrender. The realization that the divine takes care of the synchronicities when we align with our calling gave me the courage to let go of control and allow things to unfold. Looking back, I see how trusting this mystical law has brought me windfalls and opportunities that were vital for my growth. For example, the financial blessings that arrived at precisely the right time allowed me to step away from a demanding work schedule and delve deeply into Carolyn's teachings. Without this divine support, I wouldn't have been able to commit to my own healing or share the lessons with others. But synchronicity is not just about the grand gestures. It's also about the subtle nudges, the serendipitous meetings, the perfectly timed words, and the way the universe seems to conspire in our favor when we align with our purpose. The wounded healer archetype taught me that healing is both a personal and collective process. To heal others, we must first confront and heal our own wounds. Each synchronistic moment has reminded me that this path is not one I walk alone. It is divinely guided. When have you experienced a series of events that felt too perfectly aligned to be mere coincidence? Are there times when you felt called to trust something greater than yourself, even when the path ahead seemed unclear? How does surrendering control to divine timing feel to you? Are there areas of your life where this might bring healing or clarity? The awakening through pain and healing with Ayurveda. Pain can be both a barrier and a teacher. For years, I lived with intense, debilitating nerve pain from the lightning strike that dominated my lower back and legs. Traditional medicine offered temporary relief but left me feeling trapped in a cycle of invasive treatments and increasing doses of narcotics. The pain seemed to deepen the shadow of my archetypes, especially the addict, as I relied heavily on drugs to function. I reached a point where I knew I needed something different. The pain wasn't just physical, it had become emotional, spiritual, and even existential. This realization led me to explore holistic approaches. A friend introduced me to Ayurveda, an ancient Indian science of life, which teaches that the body has the innate ability to heal itself when brought into balance. I trusted this process and began a journey into Ayurveda and yoga that would forever change my life. At first, I approached Ayurveda with skepticism and desperation. Its practices seemed simple yet profound, healing through diet, daily routines, and alignment of the body and mind. After only a few weeks, I began to notice subtle shifts, not just in my pain levels, but also in my overall sense of well-being. This shift led me to yoga, an equally transformative practice. Starting with non-heated alignment-focused classes, I discovered a way to reconnect with my body, a body I had been at war with for decades. Yoga wasn't just about physical movement. It became a spiritual practice, an opportunity to confront and release the emotional pain stored in my body. As I explored Ayurveda and yoga, synchronicity again made its presence known. During this time, I discovered Carolyn Mace's work, which illuminated a connection between physical pain and unresolved emotional or spiritual wounds. This was a profound turning point for me. Pain was not just something to be endured, but understood, released, and even healed. Looking back, I see that my pain was a messenger. It encouraged me to explore new ways of being, confront my shadow archetypes, and take an active role in my healing. This awakening through pain was the first step toward reclaiming my body, mind, and spirit. How do you currently approach physical or emotional pain in your life? Is it something to endure, or could it be a messenger asking for your attention? Have you ever turned to alternative or holistic methods for healing? What did you discover about yourself in the process? Encounters with Synchronicity, Caribbean Cruise Moments. The Caribbean cruise in February 2011 was meant to be a retreat, a chance to recharge and learn from some of the most inspiring spiritual teachers. I didn't expect the sheer number of synchronistic events that would unfold, affirming that I was exactly where I needed to be. One of the first synchronicities happened during Sonia Choquette's workshop. John, my partner for an exercise, seemed skeptical of all the foo-foo stuff, as he called it. He was just here to support his wife. I encouraged him to keep an open mind, and little did I know, this small exchange was just the beginning of a chain of extraordinary events. Later that day, during John Holland's session, John from the balcony, who turned out to be my partner, received a particular message about landscaping from his mother-in-law on the other side. His disbelief melted away in that moment. By sheer chance, or divine design, we ran into each other in the elevator afterward, and he confirmed it was him. This synchronicity left both of us marveling at how interconnected everything truly is. Then there was my unexpected encounter with Wayne Dyer. Walking down the hall toward the casino, I heard a voice behind me call out, "Who's the lady with the great legs?" I turned around to find Wayne, a spiritual icon, grinning at me. Our brief but profound conversation felt like a divine appointment. At this moment, the universe was playfully reminding me of my worth. These synchronicities didn't just happen to me, they were happening for me, guiding me toward a deeper trust in divine timing and connection. Each encounter, no matter how small, felt like a puzzle piece, falling into place, affirming that I was on the right path. And it didn't stop there. Cheryl Richardson's workshop brought me another layer of clarity. As she guided me to explore my relationship with my father, I realized that healing my inner feminine energy was essential to finding balance. That evening, when I retired, I found a tarot card on my bed that read, "I balance my feminine and masculine energy." I knew this was no coincidence. This cruise became a microcosm of synchronicity, a concentrated experience of divine guidance and affirmation. It taught me to pay attention, trust the timing, and lead into the universe's lessons. Have you ever experienced a series of coincidences that seem to guide you towards something important? How do you respond when synchronicity shows up in your life? Do you embrace it or question it? What moments of unexpected connection or clarity have affirmed you are on the right path? The role of archetypes in self-discovery and transformation. Carolyn Mace's teachings on archetypes illuminated aspects of myself I hadn't fully understood before. It was through her book, Sacred Contracts, and her workshops that I began to see how archetypes like the wounded healer, addict, student, and even the femme fatale shaped my life, my challenges, and my path to healing. Understanding archetypes is like uncovering a map of your soul, one that reveals the patterns, behaviors, and motivations driving you. For example, the wounded healer archetype taught me that my pain wasn't just something to endure, but something to learn from. The wounds I carried, both physical and emotional, held the key to helping others heal. At first, the journey of self-discovery through archetypes wasn't easy. It forced me to confront shadow aspects of myself, like the addict archetype, which had held me back for so long. But as Carolyn teaches, you cannot heal what you are unwilling to confront. I found a sense of clarity and purpose by looking within and naming these archetypes. Then there was the femme fatale, an archetype I had rejected for years. During a workshop at Maribel, Carolyn's direct but loving observation helped me see how I had placed this archetype in my shadow, allowing it to influence me negatively. She encouraged me to embrace its light side, to see it as a source of beauty and empowerment rather than shame. This shift in perspective was transformative. As I integrated these archetypes, I saw their connection to self-esteem. Carolyn teaches that archetypes like the addict, victim, saboteur, and prostitute, the survival archetypes, offer opportunities to build self-esteem when we face and transcend their challenges. For me, this meant stepping out of old patterns and choosing new, healthier ways of being. This work wasn't just intellectual, it was deeply emotional and spiritual. Journaling, meditating, and reflecting on these archetypes helped me peel back the layers of my pain and step into a new identity, one rooted in empowerment and service. By healing myself, I began to understand how to help others do the same. The role of archetypes in my journey cannot be overstated. They've been guides, mirrors, and teachers, showing me the way from the shadow to the light. What archetypes do you see influencing your life? Are there any you feel you've placed in the shadow? How might embracing your archetype's light and shadow sides help you heal and grow? What steps can you take to explore how archetypes like the wounded healer or addict might be shaping your journey? Embracing synchronicity and building Go Within Yoga. Synchronicity is a force that not only connects us to others, but also guides us to create and manifest our dreams. The story of how my yoga studio, Go Within Yoga, came into existence is a testament to the power of intuition, divine timing, and conscious manifestation. It began with a simple thought, an idea out of the field of infinite potentiality while driving home from the airport after a spiritual cruise. The name Go Within Yoga came to me suddenly, as if it had always existed and was simply waiting to be acknowledged. The pull to investigate was so intense I could barely focus until I parked and checked to see if the domain name was available. To my astonishment, it was. That was the beginning of turning a thought form into reality. What amazed me even more was how seamlessly everything fell into place. Each step unfolded almost effortlessly, from the turquoise furniture to the Buddha painting on the wall. At the time, I didn't fully realize it, but I was manifesting my vision through the wisdom of the chakras, concept I later learned about in Creating on Purpose by Anadea Judith and Lion Goodman. The process began with inspiration, the crown chakra. It moved through visualization, the third eye chakra, communication with others, the throat chakra, and building relationships to gather support, the heart chakra. Each step flowed naturally, culminating in the physical creation of the studio, the root chakra. It was as if the universe had aligned to help me bring this dream to life. I gave birth to it from thought to form in only 2 months. This experience wasn't just about starting a business. It was a profound lesson in trust and co-creation. Synchronicity was crucial, guiding me to the right people, resources, and opportunities at the right time. It also taught me the importance of listening to that inner voice, that spark of intuition that knows more than we think we do. Creating Go Within Yoga wasn't just an external achievement. It was a manifestation of my healing journey, a space for others to find connection, balance, and inner peace. It's a reminder that when we align with our purpose, synchronicity becomes a powerful partner in helping us turn dreams into reality. Have you ever experienced a moment of inspiration that felt divinely guided? How did you act on it? What dream or vision do you have that might be waiting for you to trust and take the first step? How can you align your intentions with action to realize your goals? As we wrap up today's episode of From the Shadow to the Light, I'm struck by how beautifully life weaves together the threads of our experiences. Chapter 20, Synchronicity and the Wounded Healer, is not just a story of healing. It's a testament to the power of trust, divine timing, and the willingness to listen to life's whispers. Through synchronicity, I've learned that the universe constantly communicates with us, nudging us toward our purpose and growth. From the pain that became my greatest teacher to the encounters that felt orchestrated by something greater than myself, I now see how every moment was a step toward becoming who I was meant to be. The journey of the wounded healer has taught me that our wounds are not meant to be hidden, but embraced. They are the gateways to transformation, the very source of our ability to help others heal. As Carl Jung said, only the wounded healers and only they can heal to the extent they have healed themselves. I invite you to reflect on the synchronicities in your own life. What messages might they hold? How could they guide you towards your purpose or encourage you to heal? Let us remember that healing is not a solitary journey, but one deeply connected to the collective. When we heal ourselves, we create ripples that extend far beyond us. This is the essence of the wounded healer, walking the path of transformation, not just for ourselves, but for the world around us. Thank you for joining me today on this exploration of synchronicity, healing, and the power of archetypes. Until next time, keep nurturing your inner light and embracing the beauty of the path you walk. May you find strength in your struggles and joy in your triumphs. Remember, even in the darkest moments, the spark of light is always waiting to be discovered. As we continue this journey together, let us carry forward the lessons learned, the wisdom gained, and the hope that burns brightly within us. For in the end, it's not the destination that matters, but the journey of stepping into the light of your true potential.